Steelers Bucs is going to be down in Tampa, Raymond James Stadium.
Right.
What I'm going to look at is so it's hard because I'm not exactly sure who's all going to play. I'd imagine more of the starters will get in during the second of 3 preseason games. But I'm looking at a few things. I mentioned the punters earlier, but also I'll go with the running back position. What I mean by this is, you've got Najee, you've got Jaylen Warren. Who's going to be the third guy? Is it going to be Anthony McFarland to step up? Remember, Alfonso Graham's on IR now. So you've got Darius Hagans is listed as the 4th stringer, at least on the current depth chart. Bell, John Lovett as well in the mix there. Who steps up there? And for me, it's, okay, what can you do with the ball in your hands? What can you do from a special team standpoint as well? Because that is a role Benny Snell played for years with the Steelers team. He's now no longer on the roster. So the third running back position, Ike, at least on Friday night for the first game, where we're not sure who's all going to play when it comes to starters, a lot of the players on the 53-man roster, I'm going to look at the running back position on Friday night.
For me, since last year was my first day officially, last year was my first year officially in the front office, it's the draft picks. So I would just like to see exactly how the draft picks respond and act, walking them into the NFL on Friday. So, that's what I want to see coming from a front office standpoint. Those guys, those guys have been playing football all their life, and those guys, guys who are playing right now in training camp. It's just the consistency part, Mark. That's all. But I really do, since I got into the front office, I really do want to see what the draft picks do. Because you had a little piece, you had your hand in the pot when it came down to drafting some of these guys. So you want to sit back and see what your so-say kid is doing. How your kid is growing up in 3 weeks.
I got a quick story for you. So last year, before the start of the football season in North Carolina, where I'm at, they had a high school jamboree. And so after each of the scrimmages, it was the week before the regular season started, I asked one of the players, what's it like to finally hit a player on an opposing team and not one of your teammates in practice? And this kid gave me the best response. He goes, "It's like holy water, baby." Those were his exact words. So I can't even imagine what that's like come Friday when the Steelers actually play the Buccaneers, and it's not someone you're lined up day after day after day after day in training camp.
Yeah, so it's just like, let me release some of this frustration on somebody else. It's just like having a sparring partner. I've been sparring my partner for 3 weeks, man. Like, when y'all gonna actually let me go out there and fight somebody? So that's how I look at it. And that's what I'm sure these guys are ready for. Coach T really gonna go back to one of his first homes in Tampa. He had a lot of success in Tampa. He had success as a defensive secondary coach, putting on a gold jacket for one of his players, and Rondé Barber, winning a Super Bowl in Tampa against the Arizona Cardinals. And, Coach T just had a lot of success there. So, and going back to Tampa for the preseason. So that's like his second home, if you want to say, him doing that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go down in Tampa. Mark, I will be there.